Hey folks, it's been a while since I've done one of these TLDRs, but this patch is a bit of a banger, so I figured I'd do one. If you do like this sort of thing, please consider leaving a like on the video, and yeah, let's jump into it. I know a lot of people playing the T-Pose mage will be happy to see this one. There is a fix to the Flame Rush channeling. It was messing up when you are channeling Focus, then you use Flame Rush. That is fixed, really good. There's another one here that's pretty notable. I know a lot of people are complaining about the Heart Seeker targeting. So you couldn't kill some enemies while there were other enemies around, like the Exiled Mage. That is fixed, that's a really big one. Next we have some changes to imprints and how they work. So there's a lot of really important stuff to be aware of here. So fixed a issue where altering the original imprinted item could affect the imprint itself. Now you can craft on it. Fixed a bug where imprinting unique set and legendary items were unable to result in generating different uniques or sets than the imprinted one. So if you are putting, for example, Red Ring, which is what a lot of people are doing, and it only ever gives you Red Ring, that should not be the case anymore. What this could mean is that you might be able to fish for something like a Red Ring if you don't already have one. So I don't know exactly how this will work or exactly how imprints work in general, but if you want a Red Ring, you might be able to imprint a unique ring and then fish for the Red Ring by doing that. What would happen if you put in, like, for example, a boss drop, which can't normally drop from imprints? Is the original item excluded from the drop pool, thus forcing it to be a different one every time, or does it just not work at all? So yeah, you might be able to fish for certain uniques with this now. Fixed imprinted item remaining Weaver's Will and affix tiers not correctly corresponding to dropped items average Weaver Will for imprinted legendary Weaver Will items. So this is talking about when you imprint specifically a partially complete Weaver's Will. Fixed an issue where replacing an imprinted item on the Weaver tree sometimes didn't remove the other visually. So this was just a visual thing. You see the two items overlapping each other. Added a chance for imprinted normal magic rare exalted items to result in drops of unique and set items of the same type. So depending on the rate that this actually happens, this could be a nerf to exalted item imprints. So if you're trying to fish for like a double T7 or something like that, sometimes it's going to give you uniques and sets. So it really just depends on how often that actually happens, because you're going to be less likely to get exactly what you want if that's the case. There's also a rework to the FP roll for similar items. So before, it kind of sucked to imprint low FP because you would generally just get low FP. You could climb your way up in FP by imprinting like incrementally higher amounts of FP each time you get a proc. But now it seems like it's trying to go towards like a mid-range of FP. I don't know if that means that you can keep climbing. I've seen some like 70 FP items before from imprints. I'm not sure if that's changing this, but yeah, so this overall should help with getting your FP. And then there's also some changes to multiplayer. Then we have a few various changes to dungeons, monoliths, and quests. The one I saw here that was a little interesting is fixed an issue where you could see memory amber remaining from previous zones. Now this wasn't just a visual issue. You could actually take this memory amber, the ones that you missed. I'm guessing now it just ends up getting deleted. There's a fix to one of the idols, was multiplying your stun chance, so people were probably stun locking with that. The Pale Ox was giving increased amount of health incorrectly. We have some UI visual changes, some various other changes. Really big one here, the lasers. So the crazy damage on the lasers has been toned down a bit. I think 52% less damage might be enough, but they were honestly crazy. Now this is a very interesting line here. Fixed various random selection systems being biased towards specific outcomes. There's a lot of things that this could mean. This is like a super vague line of text in this patch notes. It would be nice if there was more information. I know there's been a lot of tinfoil hat theories on different crafting, like Rune of Havoc or other crafting related outcomes. People are speculating on like Eternal Cache being biased towards like runic creation or duplicate items having the same outcome multiple times if you slam copied items. So yeah, I would like more information from EHD if they have it on what exactly this means. And we have some gameplay changes. Defeating a timeline boss now takes you to the Echo of World instead of the Monolith hub. So that means that after you fight the boss, all the stuff in your inventory, especially if you get like a prophecy proc, you can now put in a stash rather than needing to go into an Echo and then leaving an Echo again to get your stash. So this is really nice. We have pickup radius on Tomes of XP in favor. These were kind of annoying to pick up. We have a nerf to the Warpath thing of one of the Fate Weavers. This did crazy amounts of damage. We have some UI and visual stuff. The really big absolute bomb that EHG is dropping here that kind of just flying a little bit under the radar, but stash search improvements. This is actually kind of huge. So we have macros and regex you can now use. If you're not familiar with regex, there's a helpful site here, regex 101, where you can type in stuff. There's some information about different rules that you can use with regex. There are different types of regex. I don't know if it's saying which flavor of regex is being used here, but yeah. So you can get some information on the different rules that you can use, and you can test it out with like strings. And you can see like if you have your match here, one number character and then another number 0 to 9. So this would match here, but it would not match, for example, 25 because it is starting with a 2. Anyway, this is really big. At some point, I'm probably going to put together a spreadsheet of some template search stuff that you could copy paste to look for different things. And here's some examples of macros you can use. You can combine them as well. So if you're looking for specific things, you can do that. Another one here, having played COF and MG, you can specifically search for trade. So if it's tradable, this would have been really nice when I was organizing my stash, but that's a huge change. You can search for affix tiers now, which you couldn't previously do. So if all of your exalts are in one place, you can now filter specifically for T6. So once you don't need T6s anymore and you want to just dump them all, get rid of them, you can search for T6, find them all, discard them, and there you go. So really, really great stash searching here. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have for today. Really nice patch, a lot of cool stuff in here. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.